In the age of wooden ships and canvas sails, the ocean was a map of fear.
Storms rose from nowhere. Waves clawed at hulls, and sailors whispered of things that moved beneath the surface.
They feared not just the storm above, but a nameless hunger below.
On nights like this, when the sea felt alive, the legend always returned.
They called it many names, but one survived the centuries: Kraken.
Stories spoke of arms as thick as masts, eyes like moons, and a grip that could crush oak like dry twigs.
No one could draw its true shape, so imagination did the rest. Fear stretched every shadow into a monster, every unseen bump into a living threat.
But what if those stories were not pure fantasy, just distorted memories of something real?
Tonight, we follow the Kraken, from myth and terror to a real animal from the deep.
Across the world, sailors drew monsters on maps where their knowledge ended.
If a place was dangerous, uncharted, or claimed too many ships, someone drew a creature there. From Norway to Japan, from mythic leviathans to nameless yokai, deep waters bred deep stories. Sometimes, all it took was one strange glimpse, one wounded whale, to ignite an entire legend. Scraps of logbooks describe arms from the deep, and great eyes glinting just beyond lantern light.
In terror, details stretch, shapes blur, and one brief encounter grows into a whole new monster.
Curiously, many Kraken stories cluster near places we now know are very deep, the perfect home for real giants.
Over time, the amorphous terror of the Kraken began to resemble something more specific: a squid. Artists imagined tentacles long enough to encircle ships, and suckers big enough to crush a man. They could not name it then, but today we can. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux. Far below the waves, where light barely reaches, lives a creature that fits the legend almost too well. Its world is shared with the deepest divers of all, the great whales that hunt in eternal night. Down here, the only light comes from living bodies, tiny sparks that reveal and betray movement. Somewhere in this column of black water, long arms coil and uncoil, unseen by human eyes. For most of our history, we knew the giant squid only from fragments and clues.
A chunk of tentacle washed ashore or turned up in a whale's stomach told us it had powerful suckers.
Those suckers are ringed with tiny teeth, able to grip and tear into flesh.
We found beaks the size of fists hidden among whale remains, proof of enormous prey down below.
From these pieces, we scaled up the rest of the animal, sketching a body longer than a bus.
We had a Latin name, a rough outline, and a legend waiting to be confirmed.
Imagine a muscular torpedo with 8 strong arms and 2 longer feeding tentacles.
Add eyes as large as dinner plates, built to see the faintest glimmer in the abyss.
A mantle packed with muscle, gills, and jet propulsion turns this ghost into a powerful swimmer.
Those long tentacles shoot forward, grab prey, and drag it into a forest of gripping arms.
At the center of it all lies a beak, sharp enough to slice meals into swallowable pieces.
But seeing a diagram and facing the real animal are two very different things.
The true giant squid has 1 head, 8 shorter arms, and 2 long hunting tentacles. Nothing more, nothing less. Its enormous eyes drink in what little light there is, searching for shapes that might be predator or prey. With a powerful jet of water and gentle steering fins, it glides like a ghost through the deep. Not a mythic beast with countless arms, but a single, elegant hunter, perfectly built for its world.
In that world, the giant squid is not the only giant.
Sperm whales dive over a kilometer deep, using sonar to search the darkness for prey. When those sound waves strike a giant squid, it must choose: flee, hide, or fight. Far below the waves, silent battles play out where no sunlight has ever reached.
The squid's suckers latch onto thick whale skin, leaving circular scars that can last a lifetime.
But the whale is stronger, its jaws and muscles built to overpower even this formidable opponent.
Most of these clashes end with the squid torn apart, its story written only on the whale's skin.
For centuries, we could only guess at these battles. Then, our technology finally caught up.
Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, opened the door to the deep for science, not just myth.
From the safety of a ship, researchers can now peer into the black using cameras instead of courage alone.
At first, all they saw was emptiness, an endless snow of organic dust and tiny creatures.
The deep is mostly quiet, and giants remain rare, careful, and secretive.
Every so often, something large would slip just beyond the frame, teasing the scientists.
The search lasted years. Expeditions came and went, with no living giant squid on record.
Until, at last, something long and ghostly brushed against the camera's eye.
For the first time, we saw a giant squid alive, in its own dark kingdom.
It was not sluggish or clumsy, but swift and deliberate, built for ambush and escape. Every line, every sucker, matched the fragments we already knew, now proven on a living body.
For a moment, humanity and legend met eye to eye. Then the giant vanished back into black. Those few seconds of footage confirmed what many had long suspected.
The Kraken of old maps was almost certainly inspired by encounters with giant squid. Put the drawings beside the video, and the similarities are impossible to ignore. The places once marked as monster zones often match deep, rich waters where squid and whales thrive.
Sailors unknowingly sailed right over the homes of real giants, glimpsed only in storms and chaos.
Without cameras or science, they filled gaps in knowledge with ink, fear, and imagination.
Look closely, and you see the hint of reality inside the exaggerated myth. The same wide, unblinking stare that haunted so many old stories belongs to a real creature.
In noisy taverns, each telling grew larger, the arms thicker, the body wider, the grip stronger.
The truth is no less impressive, just less exaggerated, still huge, but not a ship-crushing god.
Science reframes the Kraken, not as a vengeful monster, but as a large, elusive predator in a complex food web.
Giant squid are both hunters and hunted, one link in a chain that stretches from plankton to whales.
In the lab, they become samples and data, but out there, they remain mysterious, living shadows.
Smaller cousins can be studied in detail, offering clues to how their giant relatives might live.
For every minute of dramatic video, there are hours of careful, quiet study.
And still, the giant squid keeps most of its secrets locked away in the dark.
We do not know how many there are, where they breed, or how they truly behave day to day.
Our glimpses are brief, just enough to confirm the legend had a real face. Up on the surface, the ocean looks calm and flat. Down here, giants move in silence. Only the whales know their true numbers and habits. Through battles we barely understand. Each scar is a page from an unwritten book about predator and prey in the deep. By reading these marks, we reconstruct a fight no camera has yet fully captured.
We model their movements, estimate their strength, and test what is physically possible. Most scenarios end the same way. The whale wins, but not without a struggle.
The deep keeps its secrets well, offering us only aftermath, never the full story.
So we keep searching, one expedition at a time, hoping for another brief meeting with a legend. Every descent is a question thrown into darkness. What lives here, and how much do we not yet know?
The people chasing Kraken stories today are not sailors with harpoons, but scientists with cameras. Their mission is no longer to fight the monster, but to understand the animal. Out here, alone with the sea, it's easy to understand why myths once felt more real than facts.
But science can turn fear into fascination and myth into measurable reality.
The beast shrinks from ship-eater to deep-sea predator. Still impressive, still enormous.
By seeing it as an animal, we can ask better questions and perhaps offer better protection.
The giant squid is not a villain in our story. It is a survivor in a harsh, hidden world.
For every specimen in a jar, thousands more live and die unseen in the dark.
Somewhere in that darkness, more giants move beyond our cameras, unknown and unnamed.
Not every large shadow is a giant squid, and not every giant squid is seen by us.
Most of the deep is not battle and terror, but slow, constant falling snow of life and death. Even the giants begin their lives as something small and fragile, perfectly sized to be someone else's prey. The deep sea does not need our monsters to be frightening. It is already immense on its own.
Remains have drifted onto beaches around the world, hinting at a wide, scattered population. But currents can scatter evidence, hiding the true strongholds of these elusive hunters.
We still do not know where giant squid mate, how long they live, or where their young grow up.
In many ways, the story of the giant squid is only just beginning.
It is one of our first confirmed real monsters of the deep, frightening not because it is evil, but because it is unknown.
At sunrise, the ocean looks calm, peaceful, almost empty. But beneath this quiet surface lie worlds of darkness, pressure, and giants we barely understand.
Knowing the giant squid is real changes the way we look at these waters forever.
Kraken may be a legend, but the giant squid is a fact. And that may be even more astounding.
Every new voyage, every new dive, is a chance to meet another legend face to face.
This was episode 1 of Real Monsters of the Deep, here on Ocean Depth Mysteries.
From old tales of ship-eating beasts, to scars on whales, to living footage in the abyss.
We've traced the Kraken's shadow back to a real animal that shares our planet today.
If real sea monsters fascinate you, take a moment to like this video. It helps us explore deeper.
Tell us in the comments, do you think Kraken was pure myth or a wild glimpse of the giant squid? Subscribe to Ocean Depth Mysteries so you don't miss the next encounter with a real monster of the deep.
We've only just begun to tell these stories. There are many more giants waiting below.
From glowing vampires to fish with glass heads, each episode will dive deeper into the unknown.
And somewhere out there, right now, something you've never imagined is moving beneath the surface.
The animals you've seen here are real, shaped by science as we know it today.
Our visuals are artistic reconstructions, built to respect both the mystery and the reality of the deep. We stand on the shore of a vast, blue frontier that still holds more questions than answers. For every myth we rewrite with facts, a new mystery rises from the darkness below. Join us again as we meet the next creature that blurs the line between nightmare and nature.
Out here, scale is deceptive. The ocean can hide giants just a few meters below your boat.
The next time you look out at the sea, remember, somewhere below, real giants drift in silence. To them, this is just sky and sea, but beneath their flight paths, ancient lineages glide through shadow.
The giant squid does not roar or rise to crush ships. It simply lives, hunts, and disappears.
Perhaps that quiet existence is more haunting than any angry monster could ever be.
Thank you for descending into the dark with us, and for giving real ocean giants a place in your imagination.
If you can, support ocean science and conservation, so we can keep learning about the life we once called monsters.
Some myths deserve to fade, but the animals behind them deserve to endure. Beneath the surface, reality is already stranger and more beautiful than fiction.
And our planet is, at heart, a water world, ruled by forces and creatures we are still meeting for the first time.
To understand Earth, we must understand its oceans and the giants that dwell within them. This is Real Monsters of the Deep, a series by Ocean Depth Mysteries.
In future episodes, we will meet vampires of the deep, glass-headed fish, and creatures born from volcanic vents. Until then, stay curious. Curiosity is the light we send into the dark.
Stay brave. The unknown is frightening, but it is also where discovery lives.
Stay with the ocean. Its stories, both myth and real, are not finished yet.
You are watching Ocean Depth Mysteries, where we turn legends into living science.
Our journey continues in the next episode. Another real monster waits in the deep.
Click on the next video to keep diving, or explore our archive of deep-sea encounters.
Whether it's day or night where you are, somewhere the deep is always dark and always alive.
Above, the stars. Below, the unknown. Between them, a thin line of water.
Thank you for watching this descent into Kraken and giant squid, when myth meets reality.
From here, the rest of the story is still being written, one dive at a time.
End of Episode 1, Kraken and Giant Squid. This has been Ocean Depth Mysteries.